All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are doing a Seattle Seahawks film study. They won yesterday 31-17 on the road against my man Aaron Rodgers. That's a Rodgers Jets jersey. I'm a Packers fan. 31-17 victory on the road. They completely shut down Aaron Rodgers here. Sam Darnold's getting a bad rap. 2 interceptions. The first one, not the best. The second one, just kind of a you'll actually see in this video. But I made an initial recap yesterday, and I'm still seeing some people not really loving the outcome of the game, even though they won by 14. And I wanted to dive into some all 22 with you guys because I think the film shows a completely different story, and this Seattle Seahawks team feels like it just got unlocked. That defense is nasty. They are missing a couple of guys like Nick Manwari, Devin Witherspoon on the secondary, and Aaron Rodgers had nothing for him. So without further ado, we're testing this new format. Let's get into it. All right, guys, here we go. It's only fitting to show you Torrey Horton's first ever NFL touchdown here. Sam Darnold, 22 of 33 for 295, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks that we'll get into. They ran the ball very efficiently, specifically Ken Walker, and specifically in the second half. JSN had a great game. Cooper Kupp had 7 total catches. 5 of those were for first downs. But Torrey Horton here, the rookie that we talked a lot about on this channel, gets this touchdown here on the Seahawks' first drive. First possession touchdown for the Seahawks offense, which is always a great sign. Now, what you're going to see here is technically we got 2 wide receivers here, and I think Robbie Oots is actually going to break out down here. But what we have here is man coverage. So this guy is going to drift with Cooper Kupp. Jalen Ramsey is going to drift with Torrey Horton. And then this safety right here, he's got to make a decision. And Sam Darnold, we're going to see this because it's good pass protection, letting this play come out. Right here at first glance, it looks like JSN is probably the best option right here. But you can kind of already tell that the safety thinks the same thing. We got Sam Darnold. I don't know if you can tell where his eyes are, but he looks like he's looking over in this general vicinity. So that's what the safety's looking at. He sees that. Now we just need another second. We need a split second. That's what we get. Safety is committed already. So let's just find Torrey Horton with a hand in our face. Now, I think the offensive line actually did a really good job in this football game. I saw Gray Zabel here. Number 76 got like a horrible rating, like a terrible rating in this game. So let me know what you guys see here, because that's not really what I gathered. Now, I do want to show you on this version of the end zone all 22, we got Patrick Queen right here. He's going to jump this gun, and what you're going to see here is that split second we were asking for in that last clip. So Zach Charbonnet picks up on this blitz. He chips him a little bit. Gray chips him, and Patrick Queen's actually going to throw him down on his ass. But just that split second gives Sam Darnold enough time to get this safety over here. Right, we can kind of see, Darnold's feet, it looks like he was, looking left. Patrick Queen gets chipped by Charbonnet, who's about to go for a little check down. Gray Zabel falls. But we need just another split second right here. We see the safety is commit. So now we're retooling. We're going to Torrey Horton. And with a hand and body in his face and gets thrown to the ground, Sam Darnold converts for this touchdown. I think he played a really good football game, folks. Now, I want to show you this upcoming clip because this defensive line, folks, they dominated the line of scrimmage. Now, you're going to see Boye, number 53 right here, get to Aaron Rodgers. This is the next possession. They're on Seattle's 30, but it's 3rd and 2. I got to stop drawing out these, but I love doing it. It's 3rd and 2. All right, so this is going to end up getting negated, or not negated, but this is going to get broken up. I also want to show real quick, because my all 22 is kind of glitching right now. Byron Murphy had a phenomenal football game. Like, quite literally, maybe the best game of his young NFL career. But Murphy goes in and just breaks through these guys, and it ends up resulting in an incompletion here. Aaron Rodgers got to throw it away. Now, the one thing I gathered, first off, the speed right there, a healthy defensive line. Right here, for example, on the line, you got Jerron Reed, who also had a good game. Leonard Williams, who also had a good game. Boye, who had a great game. You got Derek Hall. This Seahawks offensive line, or defensive line, they were all over Rodgers. That was kind of like what I gathered from watching this football game live, and it shows up on the tape, is Aaron Rodgers was running for his life so many times in this game. So sometimes you just have a bad throw. Sometimes you just have a bad read. And this is one of Sam Darnold's interceptions. And I got to show you some of the bad here because this is just Jalen Ramsey making one heck of a play here. And it's a little bit underthrown. It's just not where you need this ball to be. It's 1st and 10. I think this is the next possession right after that field goal and that stop from Boye on 3rd down. And this other angle is going to give you a better rep because Cooper Kupp has Ramsey right here. And if this football is thrown, I'll even pinpoint it. If that football is thrown like right over here where it's intended to and where Sam Darnold intended to throw this ball, it's not an interception. And you probably have a gain of a pretty decent amount. But I'll show it to you right here. This is a good angle. Cooper Kupp gets him, and he's got an inch on him. And Darnold whips it, but this ball is just too softly thrown. And Jalen Ramsey is able to just undercut this like the veteran he is. And he's got great hands, and he just comes in here and makes the play. And all Cooper Kupp can really try to do is, stop this from happening. But this is just Sam Darnold threw the ball 33 times. And here's the thing, because we're going to get into this second pick in a couple of slides. If you're throwing 33 times in a game, even if you're throwing 20, 25, not every single one of them is going to be good. And this was by far Darnold's worst throw of the football game. And that's really about it. Anytime you're going up against a player like Aaron Rodgers, and I get it, he's old, whatever, he's still always going to be QB1 to me. This team had a really good football game, and Aaron Rodgers, like I said, he was getting hit. He was getting beaten, battered here. I was going to say like a codfish fillet, but I've never had one. Aaron Rodgers, 18 of 33, 203 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. And we got Leonard Williams here, number 99, Derek Hall right here, 58. You got Sharon Reed, Ernest Jones, and Boye back here. But Leonard Williams is just going to breeze right through the left guard for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he's going to, kind of surprising that this ball gets out for Aaron Rodgers. Leonard just throws him right on the ground, and this ball is overthrown for an incompletion. But this is 3rd and 9. You're on Seattle's 30-yard line. Bend, don't break, right? If you break or if you bend a little bit, let's give up field goals. Let's not give up touchdowns. So Seattle goes into the second quarter here, up 7-6. Okay, here we go. Some context. It's 4th down, 1 yard to go. It's 7-6 Seattle. There's 3:41 left in this ball game. Now it's 4th and 1. All right. Now looking back in hindsight, kick the field goal, take the points. You're up 10-6. Let Pittsburgh do whatever they can do at the end of the half. There's less than 4 minutes left here. Now this pick, I saw all over Twitter yesterday where it got just flamed. Sam Darnold's throwing interceptions. Well, when we watch the other angle of this play, it's very easy to dissect why this ball is an interception. So what we have here, and I'll be honest with you, this is kind of Clint Kubiak here. A really interesting scheme where we've got all of these guys, they're faking this run to the right. And so what you're going to do is you're bringing all of these Steelers guys to the left. But one player, or actually 2 players that don't care is number 33, Jack Sawyer, and number 97, Cam Hayward, who ends up getting this ball. So Robbie Oots right here, it's a very difficult assignment, very difficult task where, maybe they're not anticipating this pressure from 33, Jack Sawyer. Robbie Oots kind of has to take 2 guys at once. And this, like I said, with Clint Kubiak's special here, this kind of reminds me of some stuff I saw in preseason. I can't pinpoint or think of anything in specific, but I kind of have a feeling that Pittsburgh's defense came into this football game knowing the play action, roll off to the left, hit this tight end right here, Elijah Arroyo, I believe. Maybe it's A.J. Barner. We'll see in a second here. But you can tell Robbie Oots has to take 2 of these. So I'm kind of thinking, first off, they think it's a run. It's going to be, you got 1 yard to go. Cam Hayward's going to try and get this over here. But you see Sam Darnold, it's just one of those situations, and it's 4th and 1. So you're not going to go down for a sack here, regather, try and take a deep kick with Myers here. You have to throw this football up. It gets deflected and into the hands of Nick Herbig. So this stuff just happens, and I really don't think this interception is necessarily on Sam Darnold. I don't really want to blame Robbie Oots because you're one player trying to block Cam Hayward and Jack Sawyer. It's just one of those things that happen in the league, and it's a big reason why people say don't even really look at interceptions. Or if you are looking at interceptions, look at the context of those picks. All right, guys, huge turning point in this football game. It's 14-14. There's 4 minutes left in the third quarter here. They're on the 4-yard line in Seattle's territory. It's 3rd and 4. Now, I'm sure you've already seen all over social media today was people making fun of Aaron Rodgers for calling out Calvin Austin III, who's down here. Woolen also had a phenomenal game, by the way, but you can see Darion Kendrick get an interception here. This ball's intended right here for Pat Freiermuth, and it's actually insane that this looks, the ball is right here, this looks like it would have actually worked. I mean, there's nothing you can do as a defensive back here. This is just Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers, but Calvin Austin gets his hands up there, and Darion Kendrick comes in here for the interception. And we want to take a look at the defensive line, because once again, they break up this play, or they force Aaron Rodgers outside, right? You've got 53 right here on our right side. Boye, once again, I think he was the highest graded defensive player for the Seattle Seahawks. Don't quote me on that. I should have given a little bit of a better look, but he beats the left tackle there. Aaron Rodgers scrambles on out. And like I said, somehow this looks like it actually would have worked. But heads up play from Darion Kendrick with a beaten and battered defensive back room, getting this interception, taking advantage of mistakes, and making them pay. All right, now we've skipped forward quite a bit. This is it's 24-17. I decided not to throw in the kind of weird situation with Caleb Johnson that results in a Halani touchdown for the Seattle Seahawks. We talked about it in our video, in our recap last night. But I wanted to show off a little bit of Sam Darnold because JSN's had a really good start to this season. 8 catches, 103 yards here. You're going up. You got a one-on-one against Jalen Ramsey, a new addition for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And what I like about this is, first off, it's like a yes-no read here. I'm going to trust JSN, my man, wide receiver number 1, against Jalen Ramsey right here. This is a big shot. It's 1st and 10. They're on the 47-yard line. They've got plenty of time left. They've got a 7-point lead here. And this leads up to the Ken Walker touchdown. That's pretty much the dagger, but this is what sets it all up. And what I love here by Darnold, what all the good QBs do, you're not trying to put this in a specific placement, or that sounds a little bit wrong. I want this ball high, and I want my wide receiver to be able to track this football and come back to it if he has to, like right here. The defensive back gets a little bit desperate. Jalen Ramsey doesn't here. There's no pass interference or anything like that. But let me throw this ball up so my wide receiver can find it, track it, and catch it. So we got the dagger here. And at this point, it's Ken Walker 19-yarder. It's 3rd and 19. Now, Seattle's got a 7-point lead. They're in field goal territory. They're in the red zone. You know, at this point, you know, let's do something. Let's see what can happen here. And you see great blocking. And I even want to pinpoint Gray Zabel right here, the left guard, because he ends up like off screen. He ends up like all the way over here. This is phenomenal blocking from the Seattle Seahawks. And like I said, it's the dagger. It's a 2-point or it's a 14-point game after this. You got a field goal here, you know, set it up to be a 2-possession, 10-point game. But we got Ken Walker here. And it's really interesting. He continuously is getting outsnapped by Charbonnet. Now, Ken Walker, when he's healthy, I think is a stud. 13 carries, 105 yards right here, and 1 touchdown right here. 8.1 yards per carry is insane, especially against a loaded Steelers defense. We got Gray Zabel right here. So you've just got really good blocking all around. Ken finds out wide. Good block right here. And then this is pretty much what does it. Evades that tackle. Gray Zabel is all the way here on like the 6-7 yard line, taking on a defensive back. You also see JSN get in there, and Ken's able to just walk this one in. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this Seahawks film study. There's still so much to talk about from that football game, but I felt like I was kind of rambling on there. It's already 11 o'clock here in Florida, and just wanted to watch and talk a little bit of Seahawks. Let me know if you guys like this style of content. We're trying something new on the channel, make it more of like a community feeling. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you guys want anything offensive film study, defensive film study, anybody specific, let me know down below. I'm sure we will post at least one more Seahawks video until your week 3 matchup, which I believe is against the New York, or no, that's Bucks Jets. I don't know. No, Seattle plays, no, that's Arizona week 4. Seattle's got a matchup coming up. Of course, I don't know at this time. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.